Okay, hey guys, so in this video I titled it How to Check the Coil Packs Using a Different Volkswagen. As you can see, this is a 1.8 turbo Volkswagen engine. This car works perfectly fine. What I'm going to do is take out the coil packs and put them into the 2-liter turbo FSI engine. So what I'm going to start doing is using this Phillips head screwdriver is undo the 4 clips holding this cover in. There's one right here, 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 and here. I'm going to undo them real quick. Okay, so right here under the cover we have our coil packs, and there's this one thing here in the way. To remove this, I don't even know what this is, but I know it's for sure it's in the way of my coil packs. I'm going to be using this size 5 hex bit. It goes under here, but first I have to unscrew this 10mm bolt right here. Okay, using a 10mm socket, I'm going to quickly take this off here. This thing just pulls up and out of the way. And then this metal bracket right in here is held in by 3 bolts. There's one up front and then 2 on the sides. I'm going to get those off real quick. And this is to gain access to the 4th coil pack. Okay, now we have access to all 4 coil packs. If you notice, I have them marked already. Cylinder 1 is not marked, cylinder 2 has 2 dots, 3 has 3, 4 has 4. All I have to do is pull out the coils. This first one, as you can see, the clip's broken, so this one just pulls out. But on the other ones, you just push the clip down and pull out. You do that for all 4 real quick. And then you pull out the coil packs. Okay, so now that all of them are out, we're going to go to the other car and start working on that. Okay guys, so I have the cover off. I just took out these 2 bolts right here so I could have an easier time pulling out the coil packs. What I'm going to do really quick is start up the car so that you can hear that there is a problem. So that this isn't just set up, there is really a problem. I'm going to quickly, really quick before I do anything else, I'm going to put the cover back on, I'm going to start the car, and we'll go. Okay, so I got the cover on. I'm going to quickly go start the car so you can hear. Okay, so I hope you heard the sound. It's basically has a misfire, like I mentioned earlier. It kind of sounds like a diesel, even though it's not a diesel. So what we're going to do is try to use the coil packs that we pulled out from the other engine, which is not the same one. This is a 2-liter. In this car, it's a 2-liter. The one I pulled it out of was a 1.8. The car I pulled it out of is actually a Volkswagen Jetta from like 2003. So the parts aren't really the same. Now let me show you the coil packs aren't really interchangeable, but I'll quickly show you what's up. So this is the coil pack from the car, and this is the coil pack that we pulled out. If you compare them side by side, the 1.8 coil pack is shorter than the 2-liter coil pack. But I know that the 1.8-liter car works, so we're going to try these coil packs, put them in, and see what happens. I'm going to pull all these out and swap them out real quick. Okay, so another problem is that these guys don't go all the way in. I can't push them all the way in, but I think that's enough. Let's quickly plug all this in. The reason I figured I could use the ones from the other cars because the connectors are the same. That's the only reason I'm using these. Now we're going to quickly put the cover back on. Reason we're putting the cover back on is because of the sensor right here. The car doesn't work without it for some reason.
So we're going to just quickly put this in.
And I'm going to go and start the car. Okay, so I don't know if you can make it out, but the car is running right now way smoother. Even though these coil packs don't really fit, we have positive results that the problem is with the coil packs. Okay, so after doing this, we see that there is a significant difference. There's significant improvement in how the car runs. The downside of doing it this way is that you don't know which coil is the culprit. I was having misfires in all 4 cylinders, so that's the reason I'm going to replace all of them. In the earlier video I mentioned that they had been replaced, but after looking at some of these coils, like this one for example, if you look at it, there are some markings from a permanent marker, which leads me to believe that some of these coils, they were replaced, but they were pulled from they were used already. So what I'm going to do right now is take out the coils that I put in and get some new ones in, and we'll see if there's any improvement in performance. Okay guys, so here are 4 brand new coil packs. In case you're wondering, here's the part number for it right there. I pulled one out already. When compared to the ones that were in it, this is the one that was in the car. They're pretty much identical. Okay guys, so I'm in the car. It's up to operating temperature. It sounds really good. It's not sputtering or anything. We're gonna take it out for a little test drive and see what's up. My only concern in all this is that the check engine light is still on, which is weird because there is no misfire. Like, it is running without sputtering. Like, it's perfect. I can't complain about how it drives. It's way better than it drove before. Like right now it would be shaking and everything, but right now it drives perfectly fine. Accelerates just fine. There's not a problem. Under 2,000 RPMs, it's not shaking, but the check engine light's still on. Usually what should happen is if you fix the problem, the check engine light goes out. For some reason, it's not going out. It's still on. So I don't know. It's still on. So I guess on my test drive, I guess I'm just gonna go to the auto parts store and get their code reader and see what's up. Cause I don't feel a misfire. Car drives perfectly fine. I can't complain about how it drives. It's way better than it was. It doesn't sound like a tractor anymore. It's totally fine. Okay guys, so as you can see, I am driving on the highway right now. Going kind of slow actually, but there is a problem with the car. I don't know if you're gonna notice it. Hold on, let me add some gas and see if you notice it. That shaking is a slight misfire. It's noticeable, really noticeable upon acceleration. At the stoplights, it still gives a little, has like basically like a hiccup or something. I'm gonna be pulling down on this exit, so maybe we'll see it right here in a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna come to a stop and we'll see if we notice, if you can notice it. That shaking in the camera is not my hand shaking. That's actually from the misfire. So I'm not really happy about that. I'm on my way back from the auto parts store, and I got this pretty list of codes. I'm going to show you here in a second once we come to a stop. I mean, the misfire is not as bad as it used to. This car runs, it just doesn't pull as hard, and sometimes the hiccups cause it to jerk a little bit. But when we look at my awesome list of codes, this is right here is my awesome list of codes. PO 300, 2, 1, 3, 4. So basically all 4 cylinders. I have a random misfire, all 4 cylinders, and then all these other codes that I do not know. It's a whole entire list of codes. So even though replacing the coil packs helped, it's still noticeable. So I guess I'm in trouble. I'm gonna get going so I can get home, and I'm gonna start looking up all the codes.